Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your nerdy friend Takashi14 here, coming at you guys with a little in-depth tutorial guide for the sniper class on Iruna Online. Now before I start things off, I just first want to say that this video was recommended by one of my viewers / subscribers named Francisco, so before I get started, thank you Francisco for recommending me to do this. First things first, the main thing to know about snipers, as I say almost all the time in my streams, snipers are a very jelly or glass cannon based class, unable to tank a lot of bosses and or mobs who can output a large amount of damage in one go. So in order to compensate for the lack of survivability, we need lots of DPS. Now taking a look at my current status build on my sniper, I'm currently rocking 4 stats in my build, the first 3 being of which is my main crit, damage, and skill delay stats. All snipers need to have strength, dex, and crit in our build because of our extremely low defense and evasion. Rising vit or agility will be just a complete waste of time because your damage will suffer greatly and you will still be practically getting one-shotted by mostly every mob in the game. On a side note, don't waste any of your money in-game changing your stats because you may believe that I'm lying in the hole. Don't waste your stats on a gel and vit thing. Just trust me on this, don't do it. Anyways, getting back to important matters, Sniper utilizes bows to activate almost all our skills. Now there are 2 types of bow users out there for the Sniper class. The elemental bow user and the normal bow user. Taking a look at some of the elemental bows, you can deal a high amount of damage to a mob if you are using an elemental weapon that is the element that the mob is weakest to. For example, Mega Roaches are a water-based element mob that holds a nice lump sum of HP for XP farming and a slow attack speed. Using a fire element bow like the flame bow, or in my case the hellfire bow, you can see that my arrow rain is dealing around 30k plus damage within each 7 to 8 successful arrow shot. Now if you don't have a flame bow, you can always use a normal bow with no element and still deal around 20 to 30k or more depending on how good your gear is. Having boss crystals on your equipment like Magnonzia or Dowry on armor, Pulse on weapon, Vito on additional, and Bezonoid on special will dramatically raise your DPS even further, as well as having certain star abilities attached to your gear as well, which leads me to another topic that I want to talk to you guys about that is in no way related to equipment. Snipers almost always need to use free shots on mobs for CC. Mobs you see in-game has a normal attack speed of around 300 ASPD, meaning they will attack you within 2 to 3 second intervals. And since snipers are so weak, we need to use freeze arrow to hold mobs in place for about 2 seconds to give us an opportunity to run away from the mob and use our other abilities. Now this typical playstyle most people like to call kiting. It really works well with our class because it can give ourselves some time to get a safe distance away from a mob to proceed to wail on them. Although this method is great for most mobs, some enemies you may come across have such a long range attack like bomb warriors or really fast attack speed like the Christosaur, so kiting will be just almost impossible on those particular mobs. So what I would recommend doing for those particular mobs is getting a certain distance away from those mobs and then proceeding to attack them, so that way you already have your distance that you can use as your little median to get some damage in, CC the enemy, and then just continue to go on from there. Moving along to some bosses that the snipers can kill solo style. Almost all bosses from episode 1 areas we can kill, but going along to episode 2 bosses and further, snipers can't really handle much of those bosses at all because they just do so much damage, they have so much HP that it's really hard for the snipers to tank them without a resurrection spamming bishop. So we can't really handle most of those bosses past episode 2, besides Captain Beezlum and Bezonoid. But other than those 2 bosses, practically every other one we cannot handle unless we have either high DPS or we have a pet skill, a boss pet skill rather, called Hide Attack, which will grant you 400% critical damage increase if the mob that you are attacking has 0 hate on you. So meaning you have to attack a mob that's not even paying attention to you, that you wasn't swinging on prior to before you started attacking it. So if you don't have a mob that has no hate on you, then you will be able to get that 400% critical damage increase, by the way, which only comes from a boss pet, as I said before, which can only be obtained by certain events that come out during the year for, like, holidays or you can buy a boss pet from the coin shop with your real life money, which I wouldn't recommend you doing because, you know, I hate I just hate doing pay to win. So, you know, I just don't recommend you guys do that. But if you want to, if you gladly want to waste your money in game, you can surely go ahead and waste your money in a lottery-based system, get you a boss pet, hopefully, and level your boss pet up to the level 50. Once you level up to level 50, they have a chance to learn hide attack, which you can therefore use to do a lot of damage with that high critical rate. So that pretty much wraps up everything that I had to say in this little guide. I know this guide is kind of like small for it to be like sort of like a little in-depth guide, but you know, I tried to cover the main points that I figured that I knew really down pack about the sniper. So I just decided, you know, just to make this little list of things I need to talk about. I tried scripting a little bit too. It wasn't all that. I mean, I could have did better. But anyways, I'm glad you guys, for those of you who did watch the video in full, hopefully. But even if you just read, you know, watched a piece of it, still thank you anyway. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Arigato to all my little Charmanders out there, and I will see you all in the next stream and or video. Peace out.